Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So sorry, Anu, I'm not really prepared, so you'll have to bear with me. Originally, I was supposed to talk about marriage here in the US among our Sudanese community, and particularly among our youth. And I was doing research for a very long time, talking to different Sudanese youth from different states. And we were planning to do this really amazing presentation, but unfortunately, in the last minute, everyone decided to just back down. Nobody really wanted to put their face forward on the issue that I wanted to talk about, which is interracial marriages or mixed marriages in the Sudanese community. So, like Dr. Sami said earlier, the problem that Sudanese are having is that they're not assimilating with, within the U.S. or within other communities in the U.S. That we find a lot in marriage is that we emphasize that we have to marry Sudanese. So if you are Sudanese American, the preference for you is that you find a Sudanese partner. For us here, for example, I'll just use myself. I came to the US when I was 13. I went to high school here, I graduated from college here, and I'm working, alhamdulillah. And I have an amazing job, amazing education, amazing family, but I cannot find the right partner for me. I lived in South Carolina. In South Carolina, we're about maybe 12 girls and 4 guys. 2 of them are my brothers. Okay? And the others actually, they're here, and they out-migrated from the state. So now we have all girls and no Sudanese men to marry. Okay? And some of these girls are actually born here, yet their families still insist that they have to find a Sudanese partner. So how is that possible? Around 2005, I mean, because my parents didn't give me any option but to find a Sudanese man. So I did start coming to Virginia. I came to every party. Unfortunately, just being Sudanese does not make you, a suitable partner for me. I want someone who, someone I can share more than just, me with, And they said culture is learned. So to me, growing up here, and all of my friends are actually from every part of the world, because when I came, I was an international, student, so all of my friends are from different parts of the world. And so growing up here, I learned to appreciate diversity. I learned to be open to other culture, to be more understanding. So to me, I don't see any problem actually marrying someone who's not Sudanese.
Right.
And I'll just try to make it short. I know I have my
permission, be quiet.
Exactly. So for example, let's go back to, my family in South Carolina. So all of these girls growing up here, what are their options? So their families say, go back to Sudan and find someone from there. How is that possible?
No.
To go bring someone, they don't have anything, to share with someone from Sudan. And some people, they do that and they give up and they do that, and the marriages fail, or they have, very, really, sad marriages. So for me, I kept fighting, to be honest with you. I tried, to find a Sudanese man, and it didn't work for me. I'm 25 now. I have everything. I don't want to get married. Seriously. No, I understand that. But see, I'm using myself as an example. But there's, women that I know, Sudanese women who are older than me, who have been trying this thing. So why, should we pause our life just because we have to find a Sudanese partner? You see? So my point of this presentation was that I just wanted to encourage, parents and to encourage our community to just be a little open to our youth. Even if you don't accept the idea that your child marries someone who's not Sudanese, at least just give them, space to talk about it. Try to meet that person, who they want to marry. Try to understand, why they, see that person as a better partner for them, instead of just completely shut them off and say, we're not going to discuss this topic. A lot of parents do that, unfortunately, because their kids feel that they're not accepted in the Sudanese community, and they feel that their parents are not going to understand them. They start lying, they start hiding, and they start forming relationships, we know, as in our communities, as Muslim, majority of us, they're not, we don't want them to be doing these kind of things. But that's the reality of things. So I just want people to be a little bit